Well, thank you so much. What a pleasure and an honor to finally meet you two, the pastors of Glad Tidings.
Yeah.
And you came all the way this weekend to be at our
Yes,
Nitric
we
Oxide
did.
Summit.
We
John
did.
Hewlett and all these movers and shakers on the front line. Isn't it amazing from a faith-based perspective? All the people, the professional, groundbreaking, fantastic neurosurgeons, microbiologists, doctors, physicians that are gathered in that next room.
It's
awesome.
amazing.
Isn't it just
And their
incredible
devotion to Christ.
what God has put together for
Yep.
such a time as this?
It's
Yeah.
very, very impressive. I sat there through that last panel,
panel.
and I was like, oh my word, brainiacs
Yes.
at a very deep
Yes.
level and very
Heart-driven.
heartwarming. Yeah,
Mhm.
I was like, okay, this is a very unusual group.
It is a very unusual group.
Beautiful.
I think what is interesting, I believe God handpicks people
I do too.
because He's put probably everybody in that room through fire.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not afraid of standing
Yep.
for truth
Right.
and what the Lord has anointed them for.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
And so I find that a pleasure and an honor just
It
to be
is beautiful.
just to be with you two as well.
Yeah, it's great to be here. And we have some very dear friends out in that room.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I've made a lot of new ones
Yeah.
since we were here.
Some of our
Like
favorite
you,
people.
for instance.
Oh, bless
Yeah.
your heart. I can't wait
Yeah.
for what God has
Yeah.
in store.
Yeah.
And you know what? Isn't it true that it is said that they will come to the church, right?
Hmm.
Whether it be for nourishment, whether it be for support. But the churches are supposed to be our warehouses,
Yeah.
Yes.
and they're supposed to be full.
Yes.
Yeah.
So share with everybody a little bit about your church and what you've been doing down there. I know John's been going there for quite a while, and you have a
Yeah.
whole team that's sharing
Well,
goodness and
He's,
healing.
he's wonderful. When we met John, we were like, oh, he carries the same heart. So beautiful.
And Stan
Yes.
Graham.
Stan Graham.
We
Oh, my
just
goodness.
love those people.
Some of our favorite
Yes.
people.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So let me just say that we met all these wonderful people through what the enemy meant for evil, and that was what we call the COVID con.
That
And
was a con.
it was a con. It was a
Yeah.
worldwide con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was evil, and it had everything to do with population control and the elimination of the world population. So our motto is find a need and meet it, find a hurt and heal it.
I love that.
And we adopted that many years ago when we first went there, and it has guided us for 38 years. So in
That's amazing.
2019, the need, and by the way, that's taken us to start orphanages in Cambodia and India and all over the place.
Wow.
But 2019, first of all, you couldn't travel.
Right.
And the need was to inform the American people that they were being lied to by the professionals that they trusted.
Mhm.
And that was not an easy sale.
No.
And so we started out, we did the COVID Con and Beyond, COVID Con 2. We did the Christian Patriot event. We did all kinds of the Freeing the Brave 2. We did all these conferences. And we just reached out to people who had answers.
Yeah.
And interestingly enough, I was not looking for Christians necessarily. I was looking for people who had answers to the current need.
Yes.
Looking for truth.
And for,
Yes.
and of course during all that mess, the churches in the West betrayed the people. It was a terrible thing.
Isn't it? Yeah.
It was a terrible thing.
Yeah.
A lot of them did.
All
A
the
lot of them did.
yeah, the big majority they shut down. They had ridiculous statements like, "Well, if Jesus were here, he would mask up and social distance." I mean,
And a lot of them were paid.
Yep.
A lot of them were paid by the
They
government.
probably were. I didn't know
They were
that.
incentivized.
That's
and-
horrible.
Mhm.
and
And that should never happen.
Correct.
yeah, it's
Correct.
Jesus
just
wouldn't have
terrible.
done that.
No. Mhm.
So it was through
No.
that we met all these people and Judy and
Yeah.
Dr. David Martin. David and Kim aren't here, but they love Cardio Miracle. They've
Yes,
become
they-
really
yeah,
good
they are.
friends, and they never miss their Cardio Miracle.
Yes.
you know.
No, they're fabulous.
But anyway, that's where we met. Stan Graham, and so many. The list is too long to go through, but
Some of our very favorite people, unquestionably.
Yeah.
And it's like, who would have
That's
thought?
amazing.
It's
And
amazing.
so-
Who would have thought?
we
Or you
fought.
think about the disciples, right? Think
Mhm.
about how different every single one of them were.
Yep.
They all had their own gifting, their own, you
Yep.
know,
Yep.
and they were hand chosen.
Yeah,
And only one of them went bad.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just showed the. We're going to start because one of our buildings is called the theater and it has a big screen, and
Nice.
we do a lot. We host a lot of movie venues.
Nice.
We just had Mike Smith there.
Mike is a dear friend of mine.
Oh,
yes,
he-
yes.
we had a great
Well,
time.
I saw that he
Mm.
was with you guys.
Yeah.
And we had the privilege of David Martin's big movie coming out on
Yeah,
our
he
screen, which
premiered
was
Yeah.
his
amazing.
big movie with
It's
us.
amazing.
And then, not this coming Sunday, but the Sunday night after, we're doing the premiere of a movie called Shattering Babylon. And it's going to be a great movie about
Amazing.
evil that came into America at the time of the close of World War II and how it has pervaded everything, politics and agriculture. It'll be a real informative movie. But that's how we met people. And of course, we meet new friends all the time, but we never get rid of the old ones, you know.
Isn't
so
that
it
amazing?
keeps growing and growing and growing.
Yeah, you're the
Yeah.
friend collectors.
Yes, we are friend collectors.
Fabulous people.
So
Yes.
anyway, of course, we know that this fight between good and evil is climaxing in our lifetime. It's not going away anytime soon. And so all these relationships that we're making, we know that they're divine in not only their initiation, but in the long-term purposes.
Yeah.
God's knitting people together
Isn't
like
that the truth?
yeah, it's like the harvest in Matthew 13, the
Yeah.
great harvest at the end of the age.
Yes.
The angels network people together, and that's happening.
But most church people would have never thought that it would be this type of a group of people, and they are the most wonderful people. I was just watching and they're going, oh my goodness, look at Jesus coming out in him and her, and right? The beauty Christiana Northrup absolutely radiates the love of God now. So
She's a
beautiful.
dear
It
friend.
just makes me happy.
Yeah, I've known Christiane for many years. She's incredible.
Oh,
She
she's a
is
doll.
incredible.
But you know, you look at these people and they're all willing to put their own agendas aside for God's agenda.
Which is what
Yes.
needs to
And
happen.
they've stepped up and they've said, you know what, I'm not afraid, because right now it's all about fear. And when
Right.
I look at John, you know, how John put this company together
Incredible.
14 years ago, who would have thought, I say this so often, who would have thought that for such a time as this,
Come
he had
on.
no idea
Nope.
that this was going to be the premier heart product
Yeah.
Right,
on the planet today.
right.
Who would
God
have
did.
thought that? But God did.
did.
And he was setting him up
The
the whole time
Yep.
for such a time as this.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
And you see people just, I have watched lives transform. And I know with,
So
with
awesome.
your audience and who you have
Yeah.
been ministering
Yeah.
to and
Oh,
with.
yeah.
So tell us a
So
little bit
many.
about what's going on in your community with the Cardio Miracle.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness. He's a super fan.
I am a super fan, and
We'll get you a badge.
yeah.
he
Yeah.
should wear a Cardio Miracle
So-
shirt around.
So years back, God began to speak to us about two things. A, the great American religious enterprise was not the plan of God for the ushering in of the kingdom. It was not. And so it's like, okay, we need to step back away from this and say, God, what do you actually want to do, and what will that look like? Well, so as we begin to pray into that, God began to speak to us both about verses that you grow up hearing, but you know no one actually believes that. They're just singing songs about it and preaching about it. But for instance, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. The people that you hear talking about that, they don't really think the kingdom of God is being set up in the earth. right? They just like it's a happy thought for them. We began to pray about what would that look like in Yuba City if the kingdom of God was established in Yuba City, so that the will of God could be done in everything, including whether or not you vaccine your kids, right? And so, we begin to pray into that, and out of that, God spoke to us from another passage in Isaiah 2:2 that everybody says, "Oh, that's a millennial thing." But the simple truth is, it's talking about the mountain of the Lord's house being established over every other authority, so that people will come from the nations and say, if we come there, will you teach us the ways of your God?
Which is really what God is doing with John's product.
Well, think about it. We're supposed to feed people.
Exactly.
So what are we doing with Cardio Miracle? It's a food. You
It's
hear it all
awesome.
the time from Dr. Judy.
Right.
This is a food that will
Right.
sustain us at the cellular level. So I'm sure that there's people that are starving at the cellular level that you've been encountering.
They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
So, in addition to the fact that there's a great need, there's been a realization that that Western medicine is not our friend, even though there are good people like you were in Western medicine, right?
Yes.
But the system that is controlling it is a defunct system. It's a Rockefeller system. So everybody that's been trained has
It's a
been
pharmaceutical
trained.
system.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pharmaceuticals.
Pharmacopoeia.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so the COVID con was a real wake up call. For the first time in our ministry, we began to have people call, either Cheryl or I, and they'd say, "Hey, we're sick and we're afraid because we don't know where to go or who to talk to, and we don't want to
And
go
that's
to our
what was
doctor."
That's what
Yeah.
was happening.
Yep.
Yeah. We actually buy it ahead and have it in one of the church offices. And we have it there so that if people need it, and then they also order from the office to get it from Cardio Miracle. We push Cardio Miracle out of the church because it's so important
That's
to
so great.
to get people healthy.
And all of our staff takes it, and we have a pretty good sized staff. But Cardio Miracle is so in all this that we were talking about, God gave me this term I use all the time, and it's a celestial technology, and that's a thought that isn't just drummed up from the leftovers of what's happening on the earth, but something that God just says, "Boom, here you go." It's a
Wow.
better way
Wow.
to do that. John obviously got that
Obviously.
right from heaven.
Yeah.
This is funny, but Judy's a friend of ours, and John is too, and we were invited down to have dinner with David and Kim and some other people, and I knew John was going to be there, and we were at Judy's house, and somehow I must have mentioned it to her, but she knew that we were going down there. She says, if you get a chance, ask John who helped him with the formula. And I said, the Cardio Miracle formula? And she said, yeah. I said, I already have. She said, who? I said, God.
Clearly, God.
She said, no, there has to be somebody else. She says, because she's probably the smartest woman I've ever
Bryan.
met.
Oh my gracious.
I mean, she's just
Oh,
like
my
scary
gracious.
smart.
Yeah.
She says, I love John, but he's not smart enough to do that by himself. And I said, Judy, he never claimed to have done it by himself. He says God helped
He
him.
does.
And
Yeah.
I
Connection
believe
with
it.
heaven.
It's
Yeah.
a celestial thought. It's something that comes out of heaven like bam.
But clearly, listening to him in here, he's very smart.
Yeah.
He is
But it was
very,
funny
Very
because
smart.
we went to dinner and we were sitting there just having a fun time. I said, hey, John, do you have anybody besides God help you with Cardio Miracle? You know what he said? He said, you've been talking to Judy, haven't you?
That's
I said,
funny.
well, actually, I am.
Yeah.
But I think that God's going to give us celestial ideas,
Yes.
things
I
that
believe
come
so
from
too.
heven for all kinds
All
of
kinds
things.
of things.
For sure.
Yes.
But
yes.
this, people in our church, the people in our church that have taken it, we've had people have their blood pressure come down. For me, it talk about energy. I can't take it after 2:00.
Right.
Because it's energy, right?
Yeah.
It is energy. You just have to take it in the morning or before. And my girlfriend Jill swears by it. She's like, not after 3, not after 3. It's just a lot
Now
of
there's
energy.
people that take it at night.
I know.
That's
Kim
he
Martin.
could. He
Yeah.
could. Yeah, Dave could.
Yeah.
Not me, because for me, I need to take it in the morning. It's a lot of energy.
And it's
But-
but it's adaptogenic.
Adapt.
You know, adaptogenic are nutrients that adapt to the needs of the body.
Wow,
Oh,
that's
wow.
really cool.
Isn't that fascinating?
So do you know who Justin is from Just Hope Medical? What's it called? Just Hope Health and Wellness Center in
I don't.
Ventura.
No.
Okay, so it's a friend of Judy Mikovits. She introduced him to us.
That's where I've heard the name before. Yeah.
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 And we're building. We're ready to sheetrock it, but we're building on the campus a health and wellness center. We're calling it Light of Life
I love
Health and Wellness Center. And because in this time of seeking
Yes.
God, and again, I don't know diddly squat about medicine, but I do know about God.
Yes.
And he said, healing will come through light and frequency, vibrations. And so that's we just begin to build it. We have, a motto, build it and they will come. We still don't have a director or anything, but we're going to have a Light of Life
I
Wellness
love
Center.
that.
And like I said, we're in the process of sheetrocking it.
Right. And we need that little setup for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
perfect.
Absolutely.
And God, one by one, is connecting us to people. And the thing that Judy just announced, to me, is a huge deal. She said, we have now, we can handle anybody's vaccination needs or cards worldwide. If they're going for a political assignment, if they're going on a missions trip, whatever they're doing.
Isn't that great?
It's really great.
Yes.
God's
It's hugely
setting it
great.
up. God's
Be-
setting everything up.
Because
Absolutely.
the Antichrist kingdom, and let me just say, the gloves are off. It's down
Gloves
to
are off.
the kingdom of Christ and the kingdom of the Antichrist.
Kingdom of
There-
darkness. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, everything else is.
You know what else is really interesting is you look at, we can't fight if we're weak and we're tired
Right.
So
and
true.
we are sick.
We've been talking
And that's
about
the one
that.
thing that the enemy likes to target, right?
Tries to wear people
Right.
out.
He wears,
I
yeah.
want to say this. Dr. Judy just mentioned to us, and so did John. He told me at the barbecue last night. He said, anytime someone has the slightest heart symptoms, they should immediately grab the cardiomedical and get it down within a few seconds. As soon as something
Right.
starts happening in
Oh,
the
yeah.
heart,
Oh, yeah.
if anybody has a heart attack, immediately take that, get it in. And you were mentioning that you should swish it
Yeah.
around in your
So
mouth.
what Dr. Hellman says is you start absorbing nitric oxide sublingually
Yeah.
immediately. So
yeah, I didn't know
take
that.
take a gulp of it, swish it in your mouth for a bit, and
Yeah.
then swallow.
Yeah,
But it will be absorbed no matter what.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But that's awesome. Very interesting information. I was really happy
yeah,
when we got here. I'm like, very interesting information. We
Yes.
needed that. And really, for all of my friends, we have, we're 65, 67. I want everybody to have some little packs in their purse for anybody that might be struggling. It's
Oh,
like, hey,
yeah.
let me give you some little bit of help. I'll pray for you. You drink this.
Absolutely.
because the whole idea of dying when you're 70 or 80 is
It's a bad
under the
idea.
old covenant.
It is.
That's
Bad
not a new
idea.
covenant arrangement.
Yeah. No.
That's an old covenant arrangement. And
You barely
Yeah.
figured what's going on by then.
well, yeah,
Exactly.
we have a better covenant with better promises, better high priest, better.
Yep.
And so I got her a little thing in Florida that says, I'm planning to live forever, and so far it's working. But
Well,
anyway,
Enoch did it
Well,
in the Old Testament. We
yes,
should be doing it.
yes.
The reality is, Cardio Miracle is a great supplement. To me, the fact that John's heart is so Holy Spirit,
Oh, my
so in
goodness,
love with
yes,
Jesus. I'm like,
yes.
God, you're awesome.
He
It's
is
an
awesome.
He's awesome.
And you
It's
know
an
what? He's
awesome
allowing
product.
that to come through.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
You know,
beautiful.
such a human vessel.
yeah,
And
It's
here we are
beautiful.
being able to distribute it to the warehouses, which are the churches.
Yeah.
yeah,
They're supposed to be
They-
the oasis,
yes,
Yeah.
the
they
place
are.
where we go to be filled up. And
Yeah.
so thank
Have
you
answers.
so much for everything you're doing.
Yeah.
It's
So
beautiful.
let me just end by saying this. We renamed our campus. We have 40 acres. We renamed it the
Beautiful.
Embassy of Heaven.
I love that.
Yeah. It's still the Church of Glad Tidings, but all the things we're doing is the Embassy of Heaven. And out of that, we're doing microgreens, and we're doing embassy garden. We're doing food sovereignty. We also have 300 acres where we're raising cattle. And we're
Amazing.
just thinking, what will it take for us not to survive? What will it take for us to flourish in
Flourish.
difficult time? And
Flourish
one-
and thrive.
yeah,
Yeah,
one-
and teach people to flourish.
And
Yeah,
teach.
the
Yeah.
prophecy is that they'll come and say, "Will you teach us the ways of your God?" Right. So we pretty well have
There
to
you
know
go.
the ways of our
That's
God.
right.
And so
That's
we're
great.
excited about it,
Yeah.
and things are really
Yeah.
starting to
And
pop.
so excited.
Take
Yeah,
care of the
yeah.
temple.
Very exciting.
Yeah,
And again, it's so nice to meet you
our
two
pleasure.
after all this time.
Yeah, now you
This
come
is
up to Yuba
fantastic.
City and see us.
You betcha, I'd love to.
Okay.
I might just stay.
Yeah, there you go.
People do
You
that.
can
They
help
do.
us
They
with
move
that.
from
I
all
bet.
over.
Light of Life Center.
There you
we
go.
do
Yeah.
need a
There
director.
you go.
Yeah.
That would
But-
be fantastic.
yeah.
Well, I know John loves you.
Yeah,
You're part of our
Yeah.
Cardio for Miracle family.
Yeah.
yeah,
And just imagine the millions that we've yet to help.
yes.
You know,
That's-
through the lenses of a camera. I mean, think about how powerful that is.
Beautiful. It's
Lenses of a
amazing.
camera, what you guys do every
Can-
week.
Can I tell you one last story real quick
Yes.
about Cardio Miracle?
Yes.
So we went down to Ventura and spent the night at Judy's house, Dr. Judy Mikovits, the smartest woman alive, probably. But anyway, we went to Justin's. It's called Just Hope. It's a health center, and Cheryl had just done a 21-day water fast, and so
So
when
my
we
blood should have been the best.
yes, so when we got there, yeah. So he tested her blood, and after he was doing, I thought, oh my goodness, I should have gone first because, by comparison, he's going to say, "Hey, pal, you need to get on the bus here. She's got great blood, you not so much." But he said a couple of things that were amazing. First of all, he said she had really good blood, and then he checked my blood, and he said, "Oh, yours is far better. What's your secret?" Well, when he asked her secret, she said, "I'm on a 21-day water fast." He said, "Oh yeah, well that'll purify your blood."
Which, let me interject. Now I know that you can do cardio on
With
the water
fasting,
fast.
yes,
Yeah, I'm like,
yes.
I'm going to
But-
just sneak it
Yeah.
into my water
That's really
fast as
important.
well.
Yeah.
She didn't know that at the time, but anyway, so that was her secret. Then when he asked me, "What's your secret?" I said, "A chocolate milk and Twinkies." And he said, "Oh, come on." And Cheryl said, "Well, he does Cardio Miracle every morning." Well,
A couple times. yeah.
Justin said, "Oh, that's a no-brainer." He said, "The best blood we ever test here is from people who drink Cardio Miracle."
Yep.
Isn't
And
that
you know what he
something?
said? He said the best blood we've ever tested anywhere is Dr. Judy Mikovits. And she is a Cardio Miracle
Oh,
fanatic.
yes.
And so I thought that was a great testimony.
That's really
Yeah.
confirming.
Yeah, it's very
It is.
Very
confirming.
confirming because we know how we feel, right?
Yeah,
And we've heard you can't feel prevention
yeah,
until you don't, right?
right.
Yeah.
But
right.
that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
very
the
welcome.
panel in there just told us, they said that you can take it when you're fasting and it actually accelerates the autophagy,
Autophagy, yeah.
which is amazing. I didn't know that. And
I love that.
God's had me on long fasts a lot. I'm like, yes,
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
beautiful.
Well, thank you so much, you guys.
You're welcome.
Thank
Very,
you.
very good to
Absolutely
meet you.
fantastic.
Bless
You
Yeah,
too.
and don't forget to come see us.
No, I'll be there.
Okay.
Thank you.